For a number of years, we've excavated at this particular quarry on private property adjacent to a public road in northwestern Colorado. Now, we have been interested for years as to the origin of the fossils that we find. For instance, at this site, all of the fossils are in disarray and shredded. We find wasps, we find bird wings, we find bees, we find gnats, we find feathers. Some of the feathers are intact. We find plant material, but it's all shredded. But it is shredded in a context of hundreds and hundreds of small mini layers, M-I-N-I layers. Actually, behind me is a 150-foot cliff of these layers, and in between every one of them are hundreds and thousands of fossils. In the immediate vicinity, we have evidence of pumic, volcanic origin. In addition to that, some of the rocks that we have examined and have dug from this site, when smelled, show sulfuric content. In addition to that, we find splatterings of iron pyrite balls, and sometimes mud balls or balls of sulfuric material being thrown into the air and splattered in these many layers. How do we fit all of this together? It's obvious, number one, that there was a volcanic eruption. Much like the eruption at Mount St. Helens, in a matter of minutes, many layers, small layers, are formed in sedimentary material if there's sufficient water, if there's sufficient magmatic material being erupted. But why all of the smattered material, the dislodged material, the chaotic material? Often, or at least on occasion, volcanic eruption in the vortices of the winds generates a tornado. And here we have evidence of tornadic activity with layer after layer after layer shredding the plant material, the insect material, the bird material. In fact, a scorpion was found at this location. He was intact, but he was small enough to have been actually born into the air. According to the facts, this is evidence that during the days of the flood of Noah, we had volcanic eruption, we had tornadic activity, we had tens of hundreds of thousands of insects and plant material being thrown into the air and recorded in these sedimentary deposits. Noah's flood really did happen.